It's Tuesday, May the 23rd, 2017, and this is your Barbados Today afternoon update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, police are at this hour mourning the loss of one of their own. All we have been able to ascertain so far is that a police constable died yesterday, but no further details are available. Police have charged a schoolgirl in connection with last Wednesday's violent incident at the Lester Vaughn Secondary School. Video of the incident, which went viral on social media, showed a Lester Vaughn schoolgirl being chased by a group of her peers and being kicked in the head as she laid on the ground. A 15-year-old girl is now facing a charge of assault occasioning actual bodily harm. The accused was arrested yesterday and is expected to appear before a District D Magistrates Court on Thursday to answer the charge. In responding to the incident, Attorney General Adriel Brathwaite said he planned to review the relevant laws to make parents liable for their children's actions. The Barbados Association of Masqueraders has welcomed government's decision to increase their subvention and prize money for this year's Crop Over Festival. But while president of the association, Chetwin Stewart, regrets not getting all they had requested, he thinks it's a good start.
Of course we're not satisfied, but it's a step in the right direction. Because the numbers are relative. Huh? I mean, you know, the budget for Grand Kaduma might be $400 or something thousand. That might sound like a lot. But a band like Beige, a party band, the budget like that is $450,000, and it's for one band. So, you know, we are happy that, you know, it's a step in the right direction, but there are a lot of other things that have to be looked at.
Addressing a press conference yesterday, which was also attended by the Masqueraders Association President, Minister of Culture Stephen Lashley announced a $50,000 increase in the subvention and an additional $30,000 hike in prize money. Following talks with the association, Lashley said he felt their request was reasonable and should not be ignored.
I've agreed that in relation to the subvention, that we will look at a reasonable structure for an increase this year of the subvention and also for an increase in the prize money. The NCF and the Barbados Association of Masqueraders will meet to look at the way in which the allocations will be made, but I can say to you that generally in relation to the subvention, I've agreed to a $50,000 increase in relation to the subvention, and as it relates to the prize money, I've agreed that in this particular 2017 festival that we will increase that by $30,000.
The head of one of the major denominations in Barbados wants churches here to help fund the annual Barbados Gospel Fest. Speaking at last night's Joseph Nye's Legacy Lecture at the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union, Belmont Road Auditorium, Bishop of the Pentecostal Assemblies of the West Indies, the Reverend Jerry Seal, said the festival benefits churches through the provision of performance opportunities for local artists, religious workshops, and wholesome entertainment.
I believe the church benefits the most from Gospel Fest. Our musicians, our singers, music ministers have the opportunity to minister alongside of international artists, to share the platform with some of the best in the world that come to our shores. We have the workshops. There's so much that we benefit from. And as was said earlier, you don't have to go home and read 4 Psalms before you go to sleep. It's a good, wholesome worship, in some cases, significant laughter, laughter and jazz, and some tremendous music.
The call from unemployed individuals for the National Employment Bureau to be relocated to a more central location has not fallen on deaf ears. Addressing a stakeholder expose this morning at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center, Dr. Esther Bayer-Soko, who is the Minister of Labour, said relocating the employment agency was not easy as it was being made out to be.
We've been exploring options, but let me hasten to add it is not as simple as placing one officer in Culloden Road in a corner of National Insurance to stamp the form. for unemployment benefits, as has been suggested by commentators. Let me explain. The stamping of the form is a legal stipulation which certifies that the unemployed person came to the NEB to look for work, that they were counseled and shown available listings, or that they looked into training. This is the proper process. One officer at a desk in a corner on Culloden Road cannot do this. The unit, or a part of the unit, would have to be relocated, and we have not yet found a suitable and affordable venue. But we continue to search because we do understand the very valid concern that the unemployed persons have expressed.
Dr. Basuku also made it clear there was no such thing as an entitlement to unemployment benefits for 26 weeks under the laws in Barbados.
So when you come to the NEB, you are supposed to, you have two options. You either find a job, one that is offered there, or if not, they will stamp the form. You see, Barbados is one of few countries in the world to have unemployment benefit. We take it for granted because we've had it for so long. We've come up, all of us in here have probably come up knowing about this unemployment benefit. But there are many countries in the world that do not have an unemployment benefit. In fact, in the literature, there's still a debate going on as to whether or not there should be unemployment benefit in some countries in the world. So we cannot support the abuse of our system. And indeed, the new and improved NEB will see better counseling and placement and less people relying on the unemployment benefits, but instead having the satisfaction of employment.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
We're back with news from the region now. Police in Jamaica are on high alert, bracing for an influx of Haitians attempting to enter the country illegally after fleeing their homeland. This alert follows the arrival of 2 Haitians at a fishing village on Friday. They were treated in hospital and are now in quarantine.
Head of the St. Mary Police Superintendent Fabian Ferguson believes this is only the beginning.
Based on the fact that the UN troops, peacekeeping forces, are now withdrawing from Haiti, we expect that the coastline will be loosened somewhat. So I think we can brace ourselves for influx of Haitians coming this way.
The 2 Haitians are expected to appear in court this week.
And on the international scene, tragedy hits Manchester in England. British Prime Minister Theresa May decried a suicide bomb attack that killed 22 people in a crowded concert hall as a sickening act targeting children and young people. And police raided houses in the city of Manchester looking for accomplices. Islamic State, now being driven from territories in Syria and Iraq by Western-backed armed forces, claimed the attack as revenge against what they say are crusaders.
Bomb disposal teams combing the area around the Manchester Arena in northern England in the early hours of Tuesday morning. Hours earlier, scenes of chaos as fans at an Ariana Grande concert ran for safety. At least 22 people have been confirmed dead and around 60 injured after an explosion rang out as the gig came to an end. Police say it was a suicide attack carried out by a single bomber.
We are working closely with National Counter-Terrorism Policing Network and UK intelligence partners. This is clearly a very concerning time for everyone.
Yo, this is crazy, like people got trampled on and everything.
According to US officials, the attack bears the hallmarks of Islamic State. It's the deadliest attack of its kind in the UK since 52 people were killed by suicide bombers in London in 2005. Ariana Grande says she's broken over the tragedy, tweeting, "I'm so sorry, I don't have words."
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, our screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.